Hey guys, Street Smart Joker here as we embark on a new journey in 2020. It's not just a new year, it's the beginning of a new decade altogether. So, wishing all of you guys out there a very, very special and happy decade. Quickly wanted to jump into the last or rather the top 5 comics, top 5 Batman comics of the last decade, in my opinion. And don't judge by the amount of books here. I have a lot of other additional Batman stuff, but the ones I picked, the top 5 in the last decade. Although it's in the last decade, it's also the books that I have read and I got a chance to go through are this, right? The first and foremost book I would pick out is none other than Brian Azzarello's and Lee Bermejo's The Joker. If you want to ask why this book, I think it's a brilliant story, and it gives you a fantastic as well as a horrifying, entry into how Joker's mind operates. And it's spectacular at one point. At the same time, it's also quite horrifying, and it gives the entire Batman mythos a very, very solid grounding, so as to say that hey, if such a guy existed, you really need somebody like a Joker to put him in his place, and that's what this book delivers on. So definitely pick this up. That is The Joker. And the next book which I would want to pick out is um, yes, this one. This is Batman, The Dark Knight Master Race, and of course, it's part of the Batman Returns trilogy. And while the second part of Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, was not a great book, and I agree with anybody. I think most of the people out there, but this definitely is a fantastic book and a definite pickup. I'm not doing a review or anything as such, just giving a glimpse into this one. It comes as a beautiful hardcover, and I just loved the story in here. So that's my second pick. That's Batman: The Dark Knight Master Race. Now, third pick I have is one of my favorites, and this is the one which I got me back into comic collecting and reading. Is, of course, it's a mix of two. It's the Court of Owls and the City of Owls, of course, by the famous um, the Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo pair, in the New 52, that is the Court of Owls and City of Owls. It interested me so much that I went and even picked up the next two, which you could see, which is the Talon, the Fall of the Owls, and Talon, the Scourge of the Owls. And these two are fantastic additions to the ones I've just shown you. I just forgot to mention Master Race, The Dark Knight Return is by Frank Miller, also teamed up by Brian Azzarello, Andy Kubert, and Jansen. So that's the team there, just in case I forgot to mention that. Next one is, of course, Batman Hush. Although I'm not sure exactly which year this came out, maybe it's was it this century? I mean, was it this decade? Sorry, I think so. But whatever it is, it's a true and fantastic Batman story. It gives you a very, very good starting point in the Batman mythos, and it brings out all the characters, all the favorite villains, and then flushes them out one by one. And that's the true fun element of this book. Of course, it's by the famous Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, and Scott Williams team. So I think right now itself, with the few comics that I've shown, there's a host of awesome, guys and artists as well as writers behind Batman, which is already there, starting from Bermejo to Azzarello to Miller to Scott Snyder and now Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, right? Of course, Jeff Loeb is famous for his teaming up with none other than Tim Sale for his Dark Victory and of course Long Halloween. The final book which I want to show you is, of course, again another Scott Snyder book. This is the one which introduced him into the Batman, um, the whole. I think this was the inspiration for him to even pick up the New 52 run, which is Batman: The Black Mirror. It's by Scott Snyder and another fantastic artist, Jock, who is currently doing the Batman Who Laughs range, and I'm still yet to pick up the Dark Knight Metal series, and maybe that's the one which will really be something interesting. So that's it, guys. I mean, while I have a lot of other Batman stuff in here, including the Killing Joke and Year One and all those stuff. These are the five ones which I picked out, which I believe are the top five for the last decade. And please do let me know your choices, because there are tons and tons of Batman out there. So we are all spoiled for choices, and I'm sure your top five will definitely be different from what I have chosen here. But happy to read about them, and I would be the greatest thing that will come out of it is that if I can pick new stuff out of what you guys recommend. So thanks for watching, and once again, Happy New Year.